What's up, guys? It's your boy Justin back with another graphic novel review. Today I'm reviewing one of my favorite non-DC and Marvel superhero comics, and that is Project Superpowers from 2008. This is the Chapter 1 graphic novel published by Dynamite, which comes with issues 0 through 8, which came out in 2008, right? And this book is written by Jim Kruger and Alex Ross, which both worked on Marvel's Earth X, right? And this has art by Stephen Sadowski, Douglas Klauba and Carlos Paul, with painted art by none other than Alex Ross, right? And Alex Ross did the character designs. Oh, sorry, issues 0 through 7, my bad. Right, and lots of beautiful art by like Alex Ross here. Yeah, so yeah, this is one of my favorites non-DC and Marvel superhero comics. Not just because of the Alex Ross, art, but honestly, mostly because it reminded me. This book reminded me of Kingdom Come. And I'm a huge Kingdom Come fan. I know a lot of people hate Mark Waid, but I learned from a guy, son of Nimrod, that sometimes Mark Waid, some of those comics allegedly were written by the editors. So like maybe Alex, Kingdom Come was written by one of his editors. I don't know, but yeah, I really enjoyed, Kingdom Come, right? And I still enjoy Kingdom Come, despite whatever people think of Mark Waid, right? So yeah, this book is pretty much has like a similar premise to a book we reviewed recently, The 12, right? Which was about Golden Age superheroes that were imprisoned coming back into the modern day world, right? But this story is a little different, which it starts off with the Fighting Yank as an old man, right? Who Fighting Yank was a superhero in World War II. That's him right there, right? Whose ancestor was a soldier under George Washington during the American Revolution, and his ancestor gave him his cloak, which gave him like super strength and vulnerability, right? So yeah, this guy Bruce Carter was the Fighting Yank in World War II, and he gets visited by the American Spirit, which is an invisible ghost that wears like the American flag as like a cloak, right? And he tells Bruce Carter that he's about to die and that he needs to right a wrong that he did, right, during World War II. So in World War II, Fighting Yank was fighting, was fighting the Axis, which along with all the other superheroes, right? You have Black Terror, the Flame, Green Llama. I don't know who this Blue Beetle guy is, but it's like obviously Blue Beetle. So, because like some of these characters are Golden Age, actual Golden Age superheroes that they brought back. Like, oh, Big Blue, that was his name. Okay. And for copyright reasons, they had to change the names for a lot of them. So that's probably Blue Beetle, and Dynamic Man is here as well, right? And you also have this guy, who's just called the Devil in the book. This character was actually the original Daredevil. But it was published by a different comic book publisher. This was before Marvel was even a thing back in the Golden Age, and he went. I guess he went public domain, and nobody owned the name Daredevil in the Silver Age. So when Marvel created their version of Daredevil, they just scooped up the name and copyrighted. Hence why this Daredevil, even though he was the original Daredevil, isn't called Daredevil anymore, which I hate when that shit happens, man. Yeah, this book is about basically Fighting Yank during World War II. Was basically tricked by the people in charge to capture the Pandora's box, which is an urn that the German soldiers had, and then was tricked by the said by the U.S. forces into going out and capturing all the superheroes, right? Except for the superheroes that were working with the bad guys, right? Which is some secret society group that's controlling America and the world, right? Which you see them at the end of the book. But yeah, they tricked the Fighting Yank into going out and capturing all the superheroes, right? Because he's told that that the only way to get rid of the supernatural evil that's out in the world, right, is that all that the good that also came out Pandora's box. Which, if you know the legend of Pandora's box, it wasn't just evil that was trapped in there. The last thing was hope. So he gets told that the hope was all the superheroes, right? So it's not. So only way to trap evil back into the trap evil again is for like all the superheroes to go in, and he tells them about it, and they all think he's fucking crazy and he's full of himself, right? Which probably was a bad approach. They should have been like, hey, maybe Fighting, maybe you're being tricked. They should have gone with you're crazy, right? Because we know that Fighting Yank can see ghosts, and Fighting Yank knows he can see ghosts himself. So like he gets after World War II, he goes to capture his fellow superheroes, right? Yeah. So yeah, it turns out that he was tricked, and now Fighting Yank, with the help of the Green Llama, who's still around because he never found the Green Llama, has to go out and find the urn and release all the superheroes, right? Which the keepers of the urn are the Dynamic family, which is Dynamic Man, his wife, and the Dynamic Boy, right? Which I've read the Dynamic Man in the Mystic Comics Marvel Masterworks collection. He never had that, but you know what? I only had Volume 1, so maybe for a long down the line, he did actually have, wife and kid, right? So yeah, so they go to confront Dynamic Man about the urn, right? Only for them to smash it in front of them, right? And then they get attacked by Dynamic Man's family, right? And at first they think, oh, we're screwed. Only for the Black Terror to show up, right? Who wants to kill Bruce, who is Fighting Yank. Fighting Yank still has his cloak of power, right? Yeah. So yeah, what's cool is not only one by one the superheroes come back, but they also come back with new well, some of them come back with new costumes, but a lot of them came back with either new powers or new abilities, right? Yeah, and you have Samson, who's still around, right? Some of the characters are older, right? Because some of them weren't in the urn, right? So yeah, you have the Flame here, who teams up with Hydro Man in L.A. You have Masquerade, who was just a chick with 45s, right? But yeah, she has a new power where she can take go inside, basically she can possess people, right? But when she possesses people, she loses her identity, right? And you have V-Man, who now has the power to turn people into humans, but he's a walking plague, unfortunately. So yeah, you have Mr. Terror, who I thought he was like a Joker ripoff, but apparently he was a superhero. He's called Mr. Face. Sorry, not Mr. Terror. Who his new ability is that he can if people look at him, he can make them see their worst nightmare. So, like, some of them, like, came back with really crappy powers. Yeah. So, yeah, you have Samson is fighting alongside the new Big Blue, which is called Scarab, right? In the Middle East, fighting the American soldiers, which are, like, you know, Frankenstein monsters, right? Yeah, a lot really cool color, like really cool like art here. So yeah, so the main story is basically you have this story about redemption where an aging retired superhero realizes that he was tricked into doing something really bad and is trying to make amends for it. And now you have all the Golden Age superheroes coming back in the modern world, having to fight, you know, a secret society that has basically made like made America the bad guy. Made America the bad guy, where, you know, they turned basically America into like the world police, right? And my friend like, you know, E.T. Templar, like, saw, like, you know, read like the first volume of Black Terror and was like, oh, this is like anti-American BS. No. This is like, that was, you know, this is like, okay, this is like our patriotic superheroes coming back and finding out that, oh yeah, the world has, you know, the world leaders today have become tyrants, right? So, like, there's a point where they fight, see if where I can find it, where one of their bases is Shangri-La, right, where the Green Llama lives, and they get attacked by mass-produced, like, superhero soldiers called American Crusaders, right? And you know, they're killing civilians, right? And they're killing civilians. Here you can see them, right? They're killing civilians, and this really pissed off, like, piss off Black Terror. See if I can find it. Okay, here it is. See, you can see the American superhero soldiers going around killing civilians, right? And here you have Black Terror is really pissed off. Is, you wear the flag, you sons of bitches, you wear the flag. Right? So it's like, yeah, these are patriotic superheroes. It's that, you know, it's like the people who they're fighting today are like, you know, a tyrannical version of, you know, world governments, right? Yeah. So I'm just going to, I don't want to spoil the whole book, because, like, you know, there were some cool twists and turns here, right? Oh, by the way, a lot of the characters that they introduce, you don't see them till like chapter 2. Like a lot of their sidekicks aren't in this book, right? You have to read chapter 2, which was made into 2 volumes. There's chapter 1. Here's chapter 2. All right, so I'm just going to go my likes and dislikes. I like the story. I love the character designs. Right, the dialogue was pretty good. Right. The action scenes were pretty cool, and like the action scenes can be pretty gory. You have like characters, because like a lot of you have characters like, because some of the characters they're fighting are zombies, so they just the only way they kill them, so they're not just brought back to life again to fight them, is they have to tear them apart. And there was a scene where you see, like, you know, I think it was Death-Defying Devil, like, cut a dude in half, right, with his boomerangs, which Death-Defying Devil, which is the Golden Age Daredevil, he's a mute who has bladed boomerangs, right? Yeah. So he's kind of similar with the Silver Age Daredevil, which is Marvel's Daredevil, right? Where they're both acrobats, but, like, you know, instead of, like, you know, Daredevil throwing batons, he's throwing, like, bladed boomerangs, man. And he's not deaf, he's mute. So I really enjoyed this book. If you're a fan of, like, Kingdom Come, right, and you love, like, the classic, you know, costumes, right? The goal, like, really cool Alex Ross covers and designs, man. Black Terror is fucking awesome. Which Black Terror was another Golden Age superhero that they brought back, right? So yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I'm giving it, an 8 out of 10, right? Yeah. So that's it for this review. My next review is going to be The Flash by Jeff Johns, book 1, right? Which has art by Scott Collins, Angel Insuda, and Ethan Van Sciver. Which Ethan Van Sciver's art's not that. Is like not to like the very end of the book. Which, yeah, I read a little bit. So far is good. So look forward to that review. And tomorrow on Sunday, we're going to. Man, my dog's barking. Yeah. So tomorrow I'm gonna release my review for all 3 of the Fantastic Beasts movies. We're gonna review all those in